What's going on YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. Most of us are taught growing up to respect our elders, especially if it's somebody up in age. You might help the old lady in the neighborhood take her groceries in the house or get out the way of the older man when he is walking home. It's giving them the respect of making it that far in life. All over the world, especially in the black community, we use terms of endearment for the older people in our neighborhood, like auntie, aunt, pops, ma. Of course, these are not our relatives. It's just our way of showing love. You can definitely soak up a lot of game and wisdom from an individual that has lived twice your life. And like my great grandmother used to say, a person that's been where you trying to get to and can help guide you to get there. Most older people in their 60s and 70s are out the way. Whatever profession they were once into, they are probably retired and trying to enjoy the remaining years of their life, as they should be definitely given that right. After working 40, 50 years, raising kids, and probably helping with grandkids, they deserve their blessings, whether material things or being the head of the family. It's strength and being able to make it that far in this crazy world. But unfortunately, that respect for elders doesn't trickle down to everybody. Some people prey on older people. They take their age as a sign of weakness and feel they are an easy target. And when someone is looking for a come up, some people's principles and morals, unfortunately, go out the window. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Orlando, Florida, to discuss the case of a 78-year-old man's trip to the store that turned to a fatal encounter. Back in 2022, 78-year-old Yuken was in his golden years of life. Rewind back to his younger days, both him and his wife, both of Jamaican descent, migrated from Canada to the US. They landed in New York City in 1971. They had 4 kids together, and Yuken worked as a security guard in the New York City hospital for over 40 years, until his retirement in the early 2000s. After being up north for so long, him and his wife decided they would retire and move down to Orlando to enjoy their family and live out the remaining years of their life. With a big family, 4 kids and 10 grandkids, the older couple enjoyed being the matriarch and patriarch of the family. But in May 2021, tragedy struck. After 54 years of marriage, Yuken's wife, Miss Millie, passed away. That delivered a devastating blow to the family. Even though heard about his wife's passing, always being considered the strength of the family, Mr. Yuken held it together. As the days went by, he kept going and navigating life. On January 30th, 2022, it was a normal day for the man. He woke up and informed his family he was heading to the pharmacy to pick up his prescription. It was at a CVS located on Silver Star Road in Orlando. In his retirement, Mr. Yuken had a luxury car and took pride in it. When he pulled up to the shopping center, it was a little bit before 3 p.m. He walked in and got his medication. After leaving out, walking back to the car, he was approached by a man wearing a ski mask, and seconds later, shots went off. A woman was now in the driver's seat of his car, and a man with a ski mask riding shotgun. Racing to get out the parking lot, they ran over the elderly man before fleeing the scene. Witnesses who were in shock over what they just saw called local police, who responded to the location to find Mr. Yuken suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to a local hospital, but unfortunately, he wouldn't survive his injuries. Back at the scene, people told police it was a man and woman hanging around the store, seemed like they was lurking and looking for a victim. Police found AR-15 rifle casings and realized there was cameras all around. But before they got deep into the investigation, they had to first deliver the news to Yuken's family. His kids were devastated And even though they didn't want to be on camera, they said their father was a hard-working family man who was now retired and didn't bother no one. They informed the news their father was staying strong after recently losing his wife just months ago, and they were still healing from that. After that, detectives got on a hunt for suspects. The first lead in the case was left by Mr. Yuken himself. His son stated his father often left his phone in the car, and sure enough, they got a hit as his phone pinged at an apartment complex in Daytona Beach. They went to the location to find the man's prized Mercedes unlocked, keys in it, which seemed like an attempt for the car to be stolen again to throw the police off the suspect's trail. On top of now having the vehicle, police now had surveillance footage from the shopping center that showed the man and woman identified as 26-year-old Jasmine Monroe, who lived in an apartment close by, and her boyfriend, 20-year-old Javon White, walking from the complex to the shopping center. Video showed the couple in a pizza spot with the same clothes on as the suspects minutes before the shooting. Jasmine had no criminal record, but was being investigated for a few smash and grab robberies in the area. Javon's record was also clean. Police quickly located the couple and brought them into the station for questioning. At first, Jasmine claimed Javon approached Mr. Yuken with a rifle, the same gun that police had located when they picked the couple up, an AR-15. She claimed her boyfriend shot the man. She said she was scared and hopped in the man's car. After that, they drove to Daytona, then called friends to come pick them up, which was like an hour joyride. They threw away the clothes and headed back home. But it was a problem. Even though video showed Javon approaching Mr. Yuken, the camera never caught the actual shooting. So Javon told police he was trying to show admiration for Mr. Yuken's car and approached him to ask the year and model. But he claimed the elderly man pulled the gun on him, and that's when he upped his rifle and shot the man out of fear for his life. Then told Jasmine they had to leave, basically trying to invoke the Florida's stand your ground law. With all the evidence and the rifle used and what police now considered a carjacking, the couple were taken into custody, charged with first-degree murder, carjacking, and other charges. As they were both remanded, they shot and ran over a 78-year-old man for an hour joyride. During my research, it seems like their trial dates keep getting pushed back. They are both held without bail, and Javon is still claiming self-defense. They are both innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Mr. Yuken. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. It's always sad when somebody makes it to old age to lose their life in a violent way. I don't know what type of time Javon and Jasmine was on. They didn't get no money, only drove the car for an hour, took it to an apartment complex, and called some friends to take them back home. But I'm going to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. And remember, we got to succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much more about the situation. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.